Man, what's up? This your boy Young JR, chilling with my partner Trapway Trigger, and we out the porch with Dirty Glove Basterd.
Ain't nobody wanna die. Ain't nobody wanna die. Ain't nobody wanna die.
All right, so we got Young JR off the porch with us today.
Yo, what's up? What's going on, man? Talk to me.
I'm feeling good, man. How you feeling today, man?
Man, I'm feeling all right. You know, I'm blessed to be here, bro.
Yeah, definitely,
You know, it's a
man.
good situation for me.
Yeah,
You know, I
man.
brought my crew with me too, so it's all good.
Okay. Yeah, introduce who you got sitting up here with you today, man.
I got my homie Trapway Trigger, you know, representing Memphis, Tennessee. You know, original East Memphis. You feel me? Sitting right next to me, day
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Day
what's
one.
up, man. All right, so you're originally from Memphis, right?
Yes, sir. East Memphis.
Okay. So what was your childhood like growing up there in East Memphis?
You know, my childhood was a journey. You know, you had to get it out the mud. You know, I had my times. It was rough for me. You know, I was one of those kids that experienced, you know, living with no lights and and hardly having food, or and just had to wash clothes in the tub. And like I came from that struggle. You know, even part of that struggle is still a part of the reason why who I am today. So. I came from a place that's real. Like Memphis is a real place. So you see a person come from up out of there and they successful. They thorough. So it's a battleground. It's shit like Dragon Ball Z, bro. Only the strong survive. So it's all love with me there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at what age would you say you jumped off the porch?
I probably jumped out the porch around 11, 12, young. This nigga, and a couple of rest of the homies and shit. My partner Sleepy Rooted ain't here, and DeAndre and man, a lot of people, a lot of people that's representing Memphis,
And you said
real young though.
Yeah, and
real
you said
young.
you were exposed to the violence there at a young age also, right?
Man, yeah, like real young, just unexpected shit, Just like really just everyday shit to the point like it's almost like a norm to a second, you feel me? Just go the other way,
Yeah,
So, it is what it is.
I got you. And you live in Minneapolis now, right?
Yeah, Minneapolis, Minnesota, man.
Okay.
For sure.
So when and why did you move up there?
Man, my mom got tired of my ass. I was active and constantly fighting and, just being active, and just, having disagreements with certain people, and some of them people ain't alive to this day, and, some of them we was able to, fix that, but it's just life, man. Everybody don't see eye to eye. So just getting the activities and, she couldn't control me. I was wilding out. Like, I'm cool now, the man I am now, but like young, when we was young and shit, like nah, it was fucked up. So I guess she just tied her hands with me, cause I ain't had no father around, and the housing situation was real crazy, I just be one of them real ones to say, I dealt with a situation with like no father there, maybe a guy coming and going, but nothing was really solid to learn from that. So I tend to learn my shit from the streets. I remember I got a lot of stories, but one of my stories, man, one of the homies, East Memphis, rest in peace, Ali, like, me and his little cousin, man, we used to like, he was like, man, I'll pay y'all $40, man, go take all them tires off the car. Somebody probably owed the money or something, I just had my way to just going to go give me some money so I can be able to take care of myself even.
Yeah.
Have uniform for school and shit like that. So one of those situations for me, like shit, if I ain't do shit, I don't get shit. So,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
So how would you say the two cities either compare or differ, and how was your transition moving up there?
I gotta be careful what I say this, but I'm gonna be real when I say this shit. Like I feel like for my transition from Memphis to Minnesota, like I learned a lot, I matured a lot. My mind was able to operate in ways I've never seen myself doing that, because I never thought I would be in a place like that, So I basically went up there with my dad's side of the family, he was in the feds, he had a case and shit going on at that time and shit, so it was like, You know, man, if you look at that shit, it was like, basically my mom gave up on me at a young age. I was like 14, she sent me out, you know? So that transition was like, kind of happy to get away in a sense, but then it was like, you know, I don't know what's next type shit. So everything else was just a learning process for me, and I just adjusted to being in Minnesota and learning how they move, because they move completely different. And I bumped my heads a lot because I was really thinking like this, and it wasn't really so much like that. It was more like this. So I had to like really transition, but the difference probably, well, Minnesota and Memphis break down in too many different ways, you know. Minnesota is a purple mist, you know, it's nice. It ain't nice, but it's nice. So, you know, you gotta be careful with just anything, and like, you know, Memphis is a real authentic place. Yeah. And niggas ain't taking no shit. Ain't none of that going on. You know, it's just gonna be what it is, or it ain't what it ain't. You know, get the fuck on. You know, that's just what it is with anything. Business, whatever. So, you know, but when it comes to the music part of things, like, I feel like Memphis fuck with me wherever I do. The ones that know me or know of me and just see what I'm doing, like they fuck with me. It don't have to be so much what's there or what ain't there. They just see, you know, motherfuckers is pushing. And ain't too many people pushing like that. So I just get that respect. That don't go nowhere. Like, you know, Minnesota, you know, I had to put in work there. I couldn't like live off my pop's name and shit, you know, come out. You know, I could probably speak or whatever, it's cool, but like my pops used to be the gov of the folks in Minnesota. So he had a huge name and a huge influence, like, and I didn't want to kind of really live off of that. So I just kind of just did my own thing and shit. But it's different. I really couldn't compare the same. It's negatives and it's pluses to it. But when it comes to the music shit, nah, I can give you element on that. Like, Memphis has a fucking music buzz. Motherfuckers is getting on. They don't have to really do too much to get on. Just kind of see the play, the format of how shit roll out, and just and take the buzz, cause that's what Atlanta is doing. Like, Minnesota doesn't have that. Minnesota is in a purple sleep. That's Prince City. So it takes an awesome fucking artist to be able to do something there. Other than that, ain't nobody hearing that shit. Cause every other rapper that's there, nobody's really listening to the music. Nobody's really fucking with it. You know, some people might come across my shit and, you know, or whatever, because I'm there, but then it's like, I just still show overall that, you know, I'm authentic about what I'm doing. So it don't really matter about like where I'm from and shit like that, but that shit's just different. But as of right now, I feel like Memphis showing me more love. You know what I'm saying? They showing me more love to like where I put at in my career. My manager sitting back here, Purvis, you know, he from Memphis. You know, these niggas sitting right here, they from Memphis, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think that's where it stand out at. But at the end of the day, like, I'm fucking with who fuck with me. Yeah. So that's just what it is.
I got you, man. So what had motivated you to start rapping at first?
Man, what motivated me to start rapping was seeing my partner Sleepy Roo rap, man. I call him Lil Mike, and my partner Trap was rapping. They was rapping way before I was just in the streets, like for real, like really doing this shit. And I ain't talking about just fucking around, just playing, but I leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? And just watching them. I'm in Minnesota, you know, in the trap or whatever. I'm watching them do music. I'm liking this shit. And you know, just speaking on Sleepy, you know, he was a very good, outstanding artist for East Memphis. Like, I felt like if he was alive, like, that nigga was gonna blow. And he's an artist from East Memphis that was fucking with ZedZilla. And ZedZilla at that time had, you know, a good movement with Yo Gotti with CMG. So ZedZilla was, shout out to ZedZilla too, man. You know, he showed my partner Sleepy love, though. That was real love by putting some light on East Memphis. Cause that's the only light that I can acknowledge that I seen that a motherfucker put on East Memphis like that for our generation to respect, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, Sleepy ended up, you know, passing away, and unfortunate situation kind of happened with that. And as he was alive, we speak on the highlights. Like, you know, dude had real fucking music. Like, the shit on YouTube, go to YouTube and motherfucking look up Sleepy Roo, Check Me Out. And shit still doing numbers to this day. And like, you know, he was doing music with MoneyBaggYo before MoneyBaggYo even blew up and became the successful artist that he is. You know, Moneybag, this is just 100. Anybody from East Memphis, they know. Everybody from Memphis, they know. It's just facts. Like, you know, Sleepy was fucking with everybody, showing everybody love, and you know what I'm saying? MoneyBaggYo was fucking with Sleepy because Sleepy was showing them love. You feel me? And out of that situation, by homie not be able to still push his career, MoneyBaggYo did something smart, and he kept pushing this shit, and he put himself in a situation where he at right now. You know what I'm saying? That's just facts, bro. You feel me? That's all facts. That's all East Memphis facts. So I feel like Sleepy, man, he's an influence on everybody. Me too. Influence on everybody that know him. You feel me? In some type of way. So, you know, I feel like just him passing away, it influenced me and shit. And then, you know what I'm saying, I went to prison for a little second, you know. I went to prison for a little second, like 15 months and shit. And, you know, I was sitting back and, you know, had the little JPay music thing and looking through magazines and shit. I think that was 2017. I seen the XXL. There's a few or two artists I'm like, you know, this shit alright, but I wasn't fucking with it. So I'm like, damn, man, these niggas is getting in. I know I can get in. And then, you know, I just got out, got in the streets, and at that time, I was having some rapper money. But, you know, I just decided that, hey, you know, I just want to just do music. I ended up meeting 50 Cent. He came to Minneapolis, Minnesota. He was doing a promotion for Effin' Vodka. And I was the first person in line, had two bottles of Effin'. I got professional photos from this guy named Jeff Croyle in Minnesota, who do Shout Out Minnesota, shout out to him. Like, he did the professional photo work for his act being there. And I just like reached out to him and got my photo back from him, and you know, he was like, you know, I like the photo, and I was like, yo, people reaching out to me right now, they think I'm a manager or some shit. I'm like, I just took a picture with him. And then, you know, he reached back out to me and he was like, you want to open up for Get It the Kid? And I was like, I ain't fucking rapping really, you know, he just called me out, you know, or whatever, you know. And I was like, shit, fuck hell yeah, you know. And he was like, well, he charged me, you know, a little small fee to open up for Get It a Kid, but it was well worth it. Like, Get It a Kid, a real nigga. Yeah. Like, dude is a real nigga. Like, so, you know, I opened up for him and shit, and, you know, I had a chance to meet him, had the best performance that night. I was the first artist to open up in Pyramid in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was a strip club. They closed it down now, but I was the first artist to actually perform and then had the best performance that night. So Get It a Kid seen that, invited me to his booth and shit. I chopped it up with him, and it was love. And my partner from Atlanta and shit, one of my other partners and shit, you know, he kind of knew more about his background than I did, about the boxing and shit like that. I didn't really know too much about all that. And they were just chopping up, so it kind of gained more chemistry and shit. And then, you know, I was sitting in my Mustang outside the club just smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? That's Minneapolis really my city. Like, I ain't capping on shit like that. Like, motherfuckers fuck with me in that city, so I'm just sitting there smoking. And Get It the Kid just came out the club and just walked up on me. And you can see that Philly look in him, like, you know, like, that nigga a shooter, you know? He just walked up to my window and just shook my hand. I swear, my right hand to God. He shook my hand and hopped in a small Sprinter and left. So like those small symbols just solidify me like this shit is on. You know what I'm saying? And shit, man, here I am, man. I did a lot of shit in Minneapolis, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
All right, so your new single, is that Blow a Bag?
That's one of my latest singles that I dropped this year.
Okay.
You know, did a feature with a younger artist and try to, you know, get more relevancy of hip hop, try to stay within the culture and don't get outside of the culture type of shit, and just, you know, fuck with the artists that's willing to work. You know, that's a good track.
Okay. So what's the single that you're pushing right now then?
The latest single that I'm pushing out right now is called Trap Star.
Okay.
You know, I'm Young JR, by the way, so y'all can look me up, Young JR, and search Trap Star. It's one of my recent singles. It's kind of really for a promotion photo shoot that I did with some chicks to kind of just get the music going, you know, and that's the latest single for right now. But I got something coming though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got something heavy coming. We get to that later.
Okay. All right. So you got this brand, Legit Licks Nation, right?
Legit Lick motherfucking Nation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I even got the shirt on. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's the CEO back there, Purvis Payne. So Legit Lick Nation is a major music distribution company. You know, so you have all the assets that you need to do to put you in the place that you need to be if you're willing to invest your money and the time. And everything is legit, and you know, you get back what you put in. You know, I'm getting paid for my music, so it's all good, you know? And then it's just a good opportunity for artists to experience the independent world and build them up if they do decide to sign with a major. Because all majors are not hurting people. In most situations, it's the artists, and then they blame the labels.
Of course, yeah.
So, you know, they got that shit kind of fucked up, but I ain't one of them people though. But yeah, you know, Legit Lick Nation is a major distribution company for artists, so if anybody out there to get talent and, you know, you want to get out there, get a buzz, and, you know, get your shit off the ground and shit, be better than me if you can. I would like for you to, you know, or try, you know. So those are people to get at. Legit Lick Nation on all platforms. You can look it up. Okay.
Did you reach out to them, or did they come find you?
Man, that's a damn good question. Man, Mario, you know what I'm saying? Mario, Glam Life PR. I actually went through a PR when I first started doing music, because I really was sitting back with the money, didn't know what the fuck to do. So I was just like experiencing shit. So I'm on YouTube looking shit up, like, how do you become a rapper? You know, and they like, you know, you need to get a PR. I'm like, what the fuck is PR? A Siri, PR, you know, public relations. I had to learn what a PR was. They market and promote, and they find people for you and make you itineraries. And man, I started out probably paying $1,000 a month. If you want a real PR, you gotta pay that real money for the information. So if you consuming the information enough to like see ahead after that, you don't have to really keep fucking with them, or you can kind of lower your budget a little bit because they see that you understand what they doing for you, versus the artists that just don't know what's going on and just continue to keep paying. So it was one of those situations like, you know, they start helping me do shows, A3Cs, and you know, that format, and I was just learning more about who they was still. And then the other part was the distribution. So I knew there was two things that came up with some of the YouTube videos that I'll be looking up, and that shit's really helpful though. Cause you get to learn from real, you know, professionals that have a story that can tell you what you need to do to become an artist. So I think I followed those two with the PR for a good month or so, and they came up with the distribution idea, and you know, it looked like a good move. It ended up being a good move, and shit's moving. Yeah. And shit, here I am right now, you know. So it's official.
For sure, yeah, man. What has being a father taught you about life?
Being a father, man, that's a good question, man. It taught me that I have to use my mind more, and not react so fast to everything, you know, because I really be wanting to just fucking just take it there and just end it all and just say fuck it. I go to jail, or if I get called or somebody bail me out or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I had to just think about that innocent kid that's probably like waiting for dad to call, or probably waiting at the bus stop. Like, you niggas watch Blow, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit make me think, like, if you let this situation become so powerful that you're powerless, and then trick you out of the people that really depends on you. So I think me having kids really made me really think more, because I probably would have been destroying so many people out here right now, especially all the little fuck shit that people be trying when they know you're trying to get to a certain place, and sometimes they don't see themselves in that vision. And it's not because I'm not allowing them, it's because it's like what Snoop Dogg said, like, you know, I'm elevating, I'm going up. And as I'm elevating, you gotta come up with me. You gotta stay with me. So if I keep going, you can't say I left you hanging and start fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't wanna move with me. You know, you got plenty of successful people out here that ain't even rapping really and they good. Tony Yayo good. You don't hear shit about Tony Yayo going through nothing. That's 50 partner though. Tony Yayo is a shooter though. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them things, you know.
Yeah. What can you tell us about the single You Had Bands that you dropped back in 2018?
Man, yo, that single kind of like opened me up for everything. That was like my first professional single that I recorded in a professional studio with J Estate Sounds, you know. Very professional studio and producers, you know. He don't really rock with me like that, you know, but I'm still gonna give him his credit when credit is motherfucking due.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He helped me put that song together and shit, and I just pushed that single for like a year. And man, just going through the A3C with it. I end up opening up for a lady named Jamesia Bennett, which is a part of the Sounds of Blackness in Minnesota, which is a Grammy Award winning group. Just people like big people in Minnesota. And if it wasn't for Purvis, I wouldn't been on that event. Just put that out there. You know, that's what Legit Nation do for you. So in 2018, it was the Super Bowl. And I ain't never met him, you know? And he just getting shit ready for me to do. And I met him when he came, and the Super Bowl event was at South High School. It was the biggest event in Minneapolis for Super Bowl. You had Craig Robinson from the Saints.
Oh, okay.
You know, I kind of gave him shit because I'm a Vikings fan a little bit, but he seen me perform and shit, so he was fucking with me and shit. They had a professional runway with like actual models from Russia, different places, these real people. They brought the real music industry to a high school auditorium, or whatever you call the place, the gym, the gymnasium. You know what I'm saying? They brought it there. Mimi from Love and Hip Hop came, her girlfriend came. I know Mimi from Love and Hip Hop remember when she came to Minneapolis. And I was like, hey, Mimi, and her girlfriend that she with, and she kind of looked at me, you know. And I'm like, this is my motherfucking city. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I spoke to her and shit, and it was cool. But both of them was cool. You know, everything was good. And Gucci Mane was a no-show. He supposed to came.
Oh, really?
I don't know what happened with that. But the event was like crazy. So I performed in front of 2,500 people.
Nice.
Including kids. Like, and that was my first time performing in front of that many people, and then especially kids. And then to see them just bopping to my shit and just going crazy, like I didn't really understand it like then and there, because I was like a little nervous, but when I seen the video, I was like, damn, that's a lot of potential right there, you know? So,
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's lit.
For sure.
So what are you working on right now? What's coming up for you for the rest of 2020?
What I'm working on right now is this EP. It's called Tales from the Crypt. So if anybody is anybody, you know who that is. It's like an old skeleton guy who tells stories and shit. Probably done locked your doors and all type of shit when you was watching that shit. And I just want to kind of just, and HBO, y'all should bring that shit back out too. And I need a check too, for real. So I just kind of thought about that idea and then want to kind of just bring that back in general. People kind of remember that and don't forget that shit, you know, and kind of entwine my music and things I kind of want to speak about, and then also just mix with everything I learned over the 4 years doing music, and really just try to just come up with a good project. Will be my second EP that I'll be putting out. So it'll be a 5-song EP. I don't want to put too much music out there right now because the relevancy of music, like people really don't want to hear that shit. You got to be Drake or, you know, or Rihanna. We still waiting on Rihanna album right now. I know I'm waiting on the album. I ain't heard the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm just gonna stay with 5 singles for an EP, and make that shit be hard. You know, club with it, trap with it. You know, that dark energy, all that good shit. You know, and it's dropping on Halloween. How good do it get?
Okay, perfect timing for the title.
You know, the Tales from the Crypt, presented by Legit Nation. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And that chapter of that would be the Angel of Music, and that's me. So y'all most definitely look into that. Hey, I'm finna kill that shit. I'm gonna let my nuts hang on that one.
You gots to, man.
For sure.
Put it in their face, huh?
Yeah.
All right, you got any last words, any shout outs you'd like to give before we wrap it up here?
I want to give a shout out to all my followers on Facebook and Instagram, and you know, if people that's watching right now, if you like what I'm talking about, you want to see more, you think you're interested, you know, give me a follow on Instagram, official, the word official, and then Young, YOUNG, JR. It's all together. You know, give me a follow. Check out my music. It's in the bio. Give me some feedback. If you fucking with it, hey, AJ, turn it up a little bit. Like, I want to hear all that shit. I also want to give a shout out to, if he do see it or y'all help me get it to him, No Jumper. You know, I'm trying to get in the mix, want to get in the conversation a little bit. So that's the only shot I got to get at him, you know. That's the only way he probably gonna get it. So, I just shout out to everybody that's fucking with me, man. I gotta say this. Shout out to Derek Superunit. That's Lil Webby brother. Both of them push my music. They both of them co-sign my music through Legit Nation, helping me out doing that. Shout out to Young Buck. You know what I'm saying? Like, homie really was fucking with me when I first started doing music. And I was on a lot of his mixtapes that he was promoting for artists. We talking about the music part of this shit. Like, homie was supporting me. Like, if I DM him or whatever, like, homie respond. So that's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, shout out to 50. That's one of the people that I met multiple times. You know, the people that I just bumped into. Gilly the Kid, you know, Jamesia Bennett, you know, Purvis Payne. You know, shout out to Rambo. It's I Love Music, Sony Music and shit. You feel me? And Dirty Glove Basterd, man. We off the porch. For sure.
Ain't nobody wanna